It's like living with someone and they don't have a lock on their door, but then one day you come home and they got a lock on their door. And it's like, bitch, why you got a lock on your door? Welcome back to my channel, you guys. It's time for Insecure, episode 5 of season 4. So I'm reviewing last week's episode 5, season 4. And if you haven't watched it, I don't know why. I also don't know why you're here, but I do know that you're here already, so you might as well subscribe. And there's plenty of other content that you can go check out and see what you like. Back to Insecure. So this episode was kind of I just think it was very predictable, but I am going to talk more about Issa this time because she's my focus right now. Everybody else can take a backseat. This is Issa's block party episode. This is where she gets to shine and show everybody everything she's been working so hard on. This is when we get to see her really thriving because we've seen season after season after season of her slowly getting her way up towards what she wants, but then also never knowing what she wants, so it's like she's just spinning her wheels again. But I want to start from the very beginning of the episode. I don't think people take enough time to take in the first few moments of an episode. It just sets the entire tone of a show. And when it comes to the layering of it, I just think it's absolutely phenomenal how Insecure is getting layered. We start off with Issa in our apartment that I'm really starting to fall in love with more and more each episode. But she's really comfortable, like she's chilling, she's in her element. She's been wearing really dope vintage tees that I just think needs more attention because that Waiting to Exhale t-shirt was just chef's kiss. And I love that when we see her in her house, she has a silk scarf on, as she should. I just don't like seeing shows where people are falling asleep with no hair wrap. So it's not like every single black woman does this, but it's just little touches like that. I'm like, thank you, thank you. So now Nathan's back in the picture, and to be honest, he's just dry. I think he's losing his shine. Like that Coachella episode from last season just really had me feeling away, and now he's just kind of like playing in the background. But I love seeing that Issa is so comfortable with just hitting him up middle of the night, 3 a.m. now, and talking, being vulnerable, talking about Molly, talking about the block party. I always think about them in that scene last season where they're in the pool and she obviously gets fully naked because they're skinny dipping, and it's like, wow, you just got hella comfortable hella fast. But I don't really care about him. I care about Issa. I like seeing these moments with Issa because they're important. But before we even get to the block party, which is dope as fuck, so I can't wait to talk about that. But before we even get there, when Molly and Andrew are just talking to each other and Molly's in the apartment, I just remember her saying something like how Issa didn't go to her work event, but yet she's about to go to hers. And I just thought, her pettiness is getting peak level. It's annoying. And it's a character, obviously, like these people are not real, but you know when you got people in your life that are like this, where they're acting out about not getting the attention that they really need or they really want, instead of just communicating it. Instead, it's like a built up resentment that I'm sure is not even that big of a deal, but Molly's bringing it up now out of pettiness and spite because she's triggered. It's not about Molly. I'm talking about Issa this episode. The block party is freaking lit. Like lit aesthetically, completely lit. Every single shot of this block party, I am just like taking it in. I'm taking notes. All you see are hella sponsors, hella black owned businesses. And I know they're black owned because every time I see something that just sounds dope, I'm looking it up and I'm like, yo, Issa's putting people on for real. This show is always just injecting so much of our culture into it. And I like to see more of that in black television. Like I love when a writer can match the character that they're building. Because again, these are characters. Issa D and Issa Rae are different people, but yet you still see so much of Issa Rae in her character. You see how stable-minded she is, you see how focused she is, how driven she is, how much she wants to include everyone in her winning. Like you just see it all in this block party, and I'm excited as it like goes on through the episode because you see more and more of these amazing things kind of unraveling, and I'm sure it inspired so many people like myself because it's just so dope to see. So now I thought it was really weird when Issa and Condessa like ran into each other. That's her name, right? Condessa, not Condola. Condola. Girl, I don't remember her name. Condola? Yeah, Condola. I know there's gonna be something unraveling. I know. And I can actually kind of predict it in the pit of my stomach. But I think that with her and Issa, their friendship is just so awkward to me because I personally know I can't be friends with somebody who's dating my ex. How do we feel about Condola? Seriously, tell me. I want to know. But anyway, it's just really refreshing to see so many people supporting Issa, supporting this block party. I actually felt the genuine happiness that Molly had for Issa's event being so successful. And I think that Molly is so attracted by things that are successful because on the outskirts of her life, things look really good. She has a little boo, she has a job, it's stable, her apartment's popping. You know, on paper, everything is looking pretty good. If someone were to ask, they'd be like, oh, well, it looks like Molly's having a great life. But her inner work needs work. All her inner fucking demons be all over the place, sloppily so. And it's just like ironic because I know a lot of us go through that. Everyone has things in them that they don't necessarily bring to the surface when it needs to be brought. And Molly is a perfect example of what happens when you don't do that. So as the episode continues, you see more black art, you see more beautiful black people just surrounding the whole freaking venue. And I love that they highlighted the gentrification that was really evident in the beginning when all these white people were at the block party. It's important to note that without our work, without us showing up for ourselves, this is what happens to our events. Now, this isn't to say that there wasn't awkwardness and tension between Issa and Molly through this whole episode. Clearly there was. But I think my focus was just more on the positive, everything that was going right, which was the block party, and less on that obvious tension that I would expect to be there because I know they still haven't cleaned up their shit. I mean, each scene with Issa and Molly, from Molly offering her food to them dancing to Wobble. Okay, when did that become like, I did not know that that was the song that had everybody get down crazy. Like, I don't even know what you do to that song. But anyway, as soon as it came on, I knew it was gonna be one of those classic scenes where once the music plays, everyone's worries just kind of like dissipate and everyone has fun. But I was totally expecting this to happen. I knew they would look at each other, catch a moment, and dance. But I didn't really understand why that was gonna be such a focus when really we know they have some real fucking issues that need addressing. And without that, you can't expect the friendship to last. Because it's to prove that until you tend to your wounds, you're really not gonna heal anything. But I don't know, as soon as I saw it, I was just like, okay, so when's this fight gonna happen? And then of course it did. This time with Molly getting super pissed at Issa for going behind her back and getting help. Issa is so busy now. She has so much going on, and I think the last thing she's focused on is not getting things done. And especially since she knew Molly was being spiteful, it's like, you really gonna spite me when I'm the one just trying to get things happening for myself, for my life? And I just think that if Issa actually had more room for all the issues that Molly has, they would just be making room for each other in the wrong ways. When you create these boundaries, you really do tell people like, I have no more room for your drama because I need to create this boundary. And boundaries are hard because it's like living with someone and they don't have a lock on their door, but then one day you come home and they got a lock on their door. And it's like, bitch, why you got a lock on your door? You can't expect people to always communicate why they're putting boundaries, why they're putting locks on doors, why they're saying you cannot come here. But people do it to protect themselves, to protect their energy. And that's, my friends, is the key takeaway in this entire episode for me. What Issa did the entire episode with the block party, with protecting her energy, with staying focused, with making sure that all her energy went to where it needed to go, everyone else, and the little bit of vulnerability that she showed for Molly, that's what Molly took advantage of. Listen, let me know if Molly's canceled or not. I just need a final verdict. That's all I've got. So let me know if you guys like this video by liking this video. If you haven't subscribed already, you know what to do. And I will see you guys when I see you guys. Make sure that you watch Insecure Season 4, all the episodes. Please catch up. Oh, and I'm supposed to be eating during these, but I don't like food in my teeth while I'm speaking, so see you guys.